Worldwide parent coach and conscious educator Sue DeCaro is on a mission to revitalize the joy in parenting. Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a podcast designed to help parents all over the world create deeper connections with themselves and their children while overcoming life's daily parenting challenges. Listen in if you want to bring more laughter, love, and enjoyment to your home life.
Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a place for all things parenting. I am your host, Sue DeCaro. How do you feel when someone says, it's too much, or insinuates that you are too much? Does that phrase ever hit a nerve for you? Many people I know have grown up feeling a lack of value as children. The theme was one that created the sense that we as children were just too much. If it wasn't outwardly said, it was implied in many different ways. What could that mean as a child? Too much. Was it too much to handle? Does it mean too difficult, too challenging, requiring too much attention, or perhaps requiring too much love? Or maybe too high maintenance, or too demanding of a child? What exactly is too much? Children are born and brought into this world, and with that, they deserve nothing less than to be loved as they are, no matter what. This should be a rite of passage from birth. However, this does not always happen, and in previous generations, it seemed to be more of a rarity than it is today. For me, I was one of 4 children, and I was the too much child. There were many things said and insinuated to show me that I was too much. I was too much to handle. I was too difficult. I required too much attention, too much love, and was pretty demanding. These are heavy things as children to hear and feel, and not appropriate for our children to grow up in a world where they feel like they're too much, because we are all just right as we are. We are all enough. So this childhood of mine created my need to do work on myself, healing my unmet needs, nurturing my inner child who deserved nothing less than unconditional love, just as she was and just as she is. These triggers live within us that can be fired up when someone makes a comment that may just speak to some unmet need or wound from long time ago. And when this is triggered, it is so important that we take time to nurture ourselves, to nurture this child within that has these wounds, that felt this need to be bigger than it really was. The need for love, the need for attention, the need for support, the need for comfort. Whatever the need was, that child deserved it just from being on this planet. So nurturing is an important part of our adult self in caring for our inner child and the wounds that live there. And some of the techniques that I've used to nurture my inner child is to really stop and think about the trigger that had just occurred and how I can bring that nurture to life, that love and kindness to life at that moment, to take that trigger and really break it apart, deconstruct it, remove it, blow it up, and allow myself to feel that comfort of being enough just as I am. Because when that trigger goes off, when that trigger is ignited, the story becomes so real and so powerful. And we need to deconstruct it in order to help move forward in a way that honors who we truly are. And again, coming back to that rite of passage, that is the rite of passage, that we are enough just as we are. So these underlying messages and these moments where the little girl inside of us might feel sad and need recognition, need love, need support, nurture, kindness, compassion. These are moments that we need to listen and hone in on how we can turn that story around, how we can shift that movie from our childhood to a different tune, a different station, a different song, a different focal point, a new movie. It's yours to create. Conditioning plays a huge role in our lives, and the conditioning of value, of maybe we're not enough or we are too much, is a huge movie to hold on to. And it's a movie that needs changing. The track needs changing, the wording needs changing. So I encourage you to really step in to that process of reframing, rewording, refocusing when this trigger is ignited within you, and nurture yourself, hug yourself, hold yourself, give yourself some space to find the enoughness inside of you, the value that you hold, which is enormous. This is the power of conditioning. Even those of us who have done an extensive amount of work on ourselves have moments of despair because of these feelings that surface or resurface in various conversations. I share this because these stories or movies can replay over and over again if we're not careful to stop and help our inner child cope with and shift away from this old belief system that is not serving us and is of no value at all. We are all enough just as we are. We are all lovable, valuable, and worthy. I encourage you, next time you look in the mirror, don't forget to tell your beautiful reflection just how much she or he is loved. Thank you for joining me. Remember, every moment is a new moment for conscious connections.
Thanks for listening to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and review at iTunes or wherever you listen in. And be sure to visit DeCaroParentCoaching.com for a free download of 10 ways to connect with your child.